Hey everyone, welcome back to EverQuest, the Hero's Journey. We're here on the level 47 Shadowknight Rogue Shaman. We have 169 AA points spent and 3 AA points banked. Today I'm planning on doing some trade skilling. I have brewing, baking, blacksmithing, maybe some alchemy lined up. So let's get started. My bags are full of supplies that I pre-purchased. I planned out some of the things I'm going to make. I had done some brewing before that I did not record. That was needed for doing the Ragebringer quest. I needed to make the old THJ's Fierce Brew. So we're going to keep making that. It trivials out at 135. Either get to 135 or burn all the reagents, the supplies that I have for making it. So I'll do that. You'll notice my character looks a little different. I have equipped a bunch of plus wisdom gear to try and increase the frequency of trade skill ups. Most trade skills use either wisdom or intellect, depending on whichever one is higher for your character. There are some trade skills that are different. I think blacksmithing keys off of strength. I think fletching keys off of dexterity. And I think maybe poison making might be off of dexterity too. I'm not positive about that one. But the other trade skills, baking, brewing, pottery, jewel crafting. Oh, we got to 100. All right, so we got a new title, probably apprentice brewer or something like that. Tailoring. Yeah, pretty much everything else uses either wisdom or intellect to determine whether you get a skill up. I don't know if it helps your success. I think your trade skill level determines whether you're successful or not, and not your intellect or wisdom. All right, not doing too bad. We're up to 104, 105. All right, ran out of supplies for that. Let's see. I think what I had planned next was Skull Ale. Let's see if that shows up in the search. No? Let's try to experiment. Should be Cyclops Skull, Short Bear, and I think Vinegar? Hang on, let me double check on that. Spices and vinegar. What's that? Oh. So we gotta get a success at one of these before we can use the trade skill window. Oh, we got one. All right, got a success there. So we should be able to close this, go back to here, search for skull, and there it is, Skull Ale. So we'll add that to our favorites, show our favorites, Skull Ale. Trivial's at 151. The skull Most of the things are vendor purchased, so the short beer, spices, vinegar are just off of like bartender and baking supply merchants. The skull, which is reusable, you get it back whether you succeed or fail, comes off of an undead cyclops in South Corona. Picked one up during one of my trips there and stashed it in the bank. Deciding to do a primarily trade skill episode. It's mostly motivated by what's in my bank. My bank's getting pretty full of stuff I've been stashing away. You can see like all the meat down here I've been saving. Had some ore, some high quality ore in the bank. One second, let's see. Apprentice Brewer, change title. There we go. All right. So the apprentice trade skill titles come if you get over 100 in a trade skill. There should be another tier, maybe 2 tiers. I think, man, this is going way back. I want to say the next one would be Master, and then maybe Expert, but I don't remember at what skill level you get those. Master is probably 200. I do have one more set of combines lined up for brewing here. I'm gonna make some Jum, I think it's Jum spiced beer. And that, I believe, only goes to 162. So it won't be a ton of combines, hopefully. When I was purchasing the items I need for the blacksmithing that I'm planning on doing, it was very expensive, a lot more expensive than I was expecting. Considering I had already farmed the ore, or obtained the ore through breaking down fine steel weapons, the patterns were pricey, ranging from, I don't know, like 2 or 3 plat to like 10 to 15 plat, depending on which piece the pattern is for. All right, 151. All right, let's look for Jum spiced beer. Which one? So there's 3 different types of Jum stocks. There's the drop, ground spawn, and vendor. So the Jum stocks that I got, I just bought off of vendor. But apparently I forgot the hops. So I think those are going to be in here. Probably upstairs. This guy. Hops. Yeah, alright. Oh. And I forgot the barley too. Very generous with the skill ups on these ones, getting a skill up like every combine. The previous one was brutal. This one's not too bad at all. Yeah, I say that and it stops. $62. Alright, I guess we can remove these from our favorites. We're probably not going to be making those anymore. I'm not really sure what would be next. I'll have to look into that another time. Alright, next I was going to do some baking. Let's see what we can do here. I have rat search. Make some rat sandwiches. Okay, a lot of rat meat. I was gonna do some snake. Use my snake meat, hard-boiled snake egg. Huh? That's new. I've never seen that one before. I'll make some snake steaks. I personally feel like baking is an underutilized aspect of this game. You can get some pretty cool food items made if you do some baking. It's like free stats, especially early on. With your character. Like this one in particular, it's just 2 poison resist, so not great. But hang on a sec. What else do we have? What are we at? Froglog pickles. We'll do some froglog pickles. And then I think we're going to do, the next combines, we're going to do trivial at 68. So hopefully this gets us up. Good. All of this froglog meat is from my time killing frogs in Upper Guck and Lower Guck live side. I had a stack of 100 meat sitting in the bank. Probably won't even need to use it all. There's no really point in making it beyond when it stops giving us skill ups. But I was saying some of the stuff you can make through baking is pretty neat. It gives you a couple extra stats as long as you have that food. Obviously the food is consumable. Your character will eat it over time. But okay, all right, we finished with that. Let me just show real quick. So rat sandwich, nothing special. It's just a meal. No stats. The snake steaks that we made are 2 poison resists. So if you had that in your primary food slot, here I'll move it up here. Have rations as my primary food. If you watch my poison resist over here under my character screen, if I move that in, it goes up by 2. If I have the snake steaks as my first food item. All right, so 52, whatever. I think we're planning on doing some beer braised things next. Let's do gator, beer braised gator. Where is it? There we go. So it's just short beer, spices, and the meat, and you can do the beer braised meats for rat, wolf, mammoth, lion, bear. I have a handful that I'm going to do here. So. Alright, we did that. We got wolf, bear. Oh, we got some shark meat too. Okay. The beer braised stuff that trivials at 68 gives you two a stat, depending on which animal. It's either going to be strength or agility. I think there might be a dexterity one. I'm not sure, but it also gives you like negative intellect. So if you're not worried about that, here's the gator is +2 strength, -1 int. Here's the wolf, +2 stamina, -1 int, and here's the bear, 2 strength, -1 int. All right. Let's see, we're at 61, so we want anything over 61. That'll give us a skill up. Blackened Teardoll. I was not expecting to get this high before getting to that. Okay. And we got a skill up, but we failed. I'm actually going to make all of these, even though they don't give us skill ups, because they're decent. I'll show you in a second. here. It's just 2 int, 1 agility, 1 dex, and I have a bunch of Dark Elf parts from my time in Najena, I think it was. No, ran out of spices. Okay, we gotta go get some spices over here. Hopefully this guy will sell to me. He does. That. Black. Get turned off. Okay. Each combine, as you can see, gives you 2. Looks like I'm gonna run out of garnish, so I'll have to buy, or maybe not. No, I won't. I think I bought. This was the only recipe I was planning on making that used garnish, so I bought an equal amount of garnish to what I had for the dark elf meat. There we go. Okay. And then I had some shark meat. Shark. What was I planning on doing with that? Shark, smoked shark. Shark fillets up to 60. These go up to 82. What's the difference here? Shark meat, jug of sauces, spices. I can make this one too. Shark meat, jug of sauces, spices. I don't know why it lists it twice there, but it's there. Alright, just hearty meal. I could make smoked shark. I think that might give some stats. Hang on a second. Smoked shark. I'll look it up. Apparently, no. Where is it? Smoked shark. It's just a hearty meal. It doesn't give any stats. So, I didn't have a smoker. I think you can make that through blacksmithing and or pottery. So I just... the shark meat is from my time in Kedge Keep. Hence the second add Hunter of Sharks title here. Hunter of Sharks. There we go. Alright, not too bad. We got within 3 of the trivial for the shark fillets. Fish rolls is what we're going to do next. Hopefully it's in there. I guess I'm not high enough, so I might have to do some manual combines of the fish rolls. Where's the fish? There it is. Here. There's the bat wings. Where did I put them? Right there. Okay, there we go. That. There we go. Made some fish rolls. Show up now. We'll remove that. Fish rolls. I think those are like 135, yeah, 135 trivial. Both the fresh fish and the bat wings are vendor purchased. And pretty cheap. So I guess technically if you wanted to, you could just buy a bunch of stacks of those off a vendor and sit there and do the manual combines until you succeed once, and then you can do it through the trade school window like this. Get yourself up to 135 with just bat wings and fresh fish. We got our apprentice chef title. Cool. I like that. I forgot. I was expecting like apprentice baker or something, but I like apprentice chef. How many? We don't have a ton left here. All right, not too bad. Got that up to 109. Have some alchemy that I wanted to do. Some poison and disease potions, cure potions. I had bought 5, enough to make 5 of each of those potions. I will likely use them. I wonder if they're instant cast. No, 2-second cast time. I was hoping they'd be instant cast, but that's okay. I think the next thing I was going to make was some null potions, and then after that was going to be cold and fire resist potions. Potion of cold, I'll add that. Fire. It was trivial is 90. I think it's the same trivial. 96. Potion of heat is the other one I was going to make. Add. Okay, so show these. Null potions give you. I think it's dexterity and magic resist, if I remember right. Yeah, dexterity and magic resist. I did buy a bunch of reagents to make these. I think I did like 14, 13, 13, just to do like 40 combines. Terrible success rate here, but at least we're getting skill ups. All right, I'm done with those ones. We'll move on to these. These don't stack. Hopefully I can make at least 5 so I can combine them to do a 2, 3. If you have 5 potions that don't stack, you can typically combine them in the medicine bag to... That's weird that the potion of heat stacks, but the potion of cold does not. Okay, well that's all I had for the alchemy stuff. Let's see if we can make a 5 charge, 4, 5 combine. Yeah, so it gives you 5 dose potion of cold. So instead of chewing up 5 slots, it only chews up 1. Looks like I do have a couple other ones here. Are these null ones? They did not stack. How many did I make? I only made 4? That's kind of a bummer. Might have to go grab another set of things to make one more and combine those into a 5 charge. No need to do it with the potion of heat because they stack. Like, yeah. What do we have next? So we did brewing. We did baking. We did alchemy. And now we're going to do some blacksmithing. There is a forge over here. I don't remember if this is a veil forge. Nope, this is a regular forge. Okay. I might need some inventory space here. Hang on a second. I can sell some of this stuff that I don't need. This brewing stuff. I think that was it. We don't need this rat sandwich. These hops. We don't need the jug of sofas or this skull ale. Yeah, we can probably sell the shark fillets. These froglock pickles are junk. They're just food. It does say quest. Yeah, so I don't know if that's like a quest item somewhere. Sell these fish rolls. There's no stats on those. Oh, got some more skull ale I just spotted. Sell that. Okay. Blacksmithing. We need to use our large bricks of high quality ore to make high quality metal rings. The large bricks of high quality ore I've been getting from breaking down fine steel weapons, and I did highlight that in one of my previous videos. Basically, you take a fine steel weapon, you put it in the forge with a flask of water, and you get some high quality ore, either small pieces or small bricks, and then you can build those up into the large bricks that are needed for the high quality metal rings. Don't remember exactly how many rings I was gonna use. gonna be... Let's try that. All right, so gonna do some ornate chain. Requires a smithy hammer, purchase off a blacksmithing vendor, water flask, silver bar off of a jewel craft vendor, chainmail veil pattern or chainmail pattern for whichever piece you're going to make, and then the high quality metal rings that we just made. I bought the chainmail pattern off of Connie Link in North Kinos. You can get them elsewhere. I think there's also small and large versions of them that you can buy. Alright, so I only plan on making one of those because it was one skill up needed. So remove, and then we'll do gorgets. So the chainmail neck guard pattern. I think I bought 5. Planned on making 5 of these. That's 2, 3, 4. Oh, well, before I go further, now that I'm doing blacksmithing, my stat that's going to dictate skill ups is going to be strength. So I'm going to put my regular gear back on, remove my wisdom gear. Alright. Okay, that got me to 119. Right? Oh, 118. Okay, so I was 1 short, but that's okay. Do a couple bracelets. I was planning on 5 of those, so hopefully that'll get us up to 122. Nope. Well, we'll make some more bracelets, I guess. I bought enough for doing the higher level gold ones, but I can still get skill ups here, so keep trying. Okay, I'm all out of silver bars. I don't know if I can buy silver bars here. Alright, I just paused and jumped to the bazaar and then teleported to North Kinos. I know where I can get silver bars and more patterns if I need them. And there's also a forge nearby, so let's see, silver bars. That, and then I think the forge is back there. Yes. Alright, 121. 122. Okay, so I'll do some electrum chain gorgets. Supposed to get us up to 126, but it's definitely being stingy with the skill ups. Alright, need more chainmail neckguard patterns. Connie Link has those. Chainmail neckguard patterns. Show. Alright, need one more skill up. There we go, 126. Alright, remove that from the favorites. So next we're going to do chain bracelets. Hopefully up to 128. Oh, I ran out of electrum bars and chain bracelet patterns. Sells the electrum, so I'm at 126. I need at least 2. I think the electrum's over here. Okay, 127. 128, there we go. Remove that from the favorites. I'm gonna do some ornate chain helms or coif. But we need more high quality metal rings for that. Quality metal rings. That's gonna take us to 132, so we need 4 skill ups with those. There's 1. Ran out of silver bars. Yeah, I'm glad I came back to Kinos. It's another skill up, so we need 2 more. Okay, ran out of rings and patterns. High quality rings. Okay. And that was okay, I need 1 more. Trying not to overbuy things, especially the patterns. As you can see, those are 6 plat each. Alright, need some more ring. Oh, ran out of water apparently. I don't even know where to get water here. Yeah, probably over here. Yeah, water. Where's the water? There. Missing the rings. Success, but no skill up. More silver bars. Wrong one. All right, couple more. Hopefully, one more combine here. Nope. Need some more metal rings. Nope. Need some more metal rings and silver bars. Oh, and apparently pattern. Man, terrible luck. All right, a couple more silver bars. Couple more patterns. I'm running out of money here. I don't know if I can afford too much more. Chainmail, Quaif pattern. I got 3 plat left. I think I started with like 500. I'll have to go back and check. Oh, need the metal rings. Nope. Alright. Let's sell some of this ornate chain. Just to take a look at it. Yeah, it's just kind of like banded, but with charisma. Alright, actually sold pretty well. Got a bunch of our money back. I'm just having terrible luck on that last skill up. I don't want to overbuy. 1, 2, 3. I'll do 3 instead of 2, I guess. What was that next one? It was gold. How much are the gold bars versus the silver bars? See, silver bars are 7 gold. Gold bars are 15 plat. So yeah, it's probably worth it to keep trying for that skill up the silver. I don't even know how many attempts that's been without a single skill up. Like 20? I don't know. There it is. Alright, I'll move on to the gold bracers. These are expensive. Don't remember how much the patterns are. Veil. I have. How many do I have? I think I just have one right now. Bracer pattern. Oh, skill up on the first one. So I need 3 more skill ups. 3 more patterns, and I have 4 bars. So I'll buy 4 more bracer patterns. So veil patterns, coif patterns. So these, this. Alright, one more skill up. 31, 35. Alright. Let's see, 136. Like 180. Not sure what else would be. Chain. Platinum. No, definitely not doing platinum. Electrum. Coif. Large. Ornate electrum. Coif. We could do a couple of those. Those are 2 rings and 1 electrum bar. And the helm pattern. Sure. Alright, oh wait, no. Okay, show. Alright, we need electrum bars and chainmail coif patterns. more metal rings. Okay, looks like those trivialed. Those did not. We could do silver with tunic patterns. Not sure how much those cost though. Probably keep doing the helms, chainmail. Alright, there's a skill up. Oh well. $38. I think we're gonna stop it there. Wow, this is a lot more brutal as far as skill ups than I was expecting. Maybe I'll just make rings while I'm here. All right, I guess we'll try a few more. Finally, that last skill up. All right, we'll do one, or just ran out of water. Okay. All right, so we got to 140 blacksmithing, and we started at 115. That was very time-consuming, expensive, annoying. Yeah, it might be a while before I have the desire to do another blacksmithing session. Yeah, I was just looking to see if there's anything I could use this pattern for. Not at the moment. Maybe I'll stash it in the bank. Let me look what we have for Electrum. Electrum leggings. Yeah. Take a peek at how much the leggings patterns are. $11 plat. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm pretty burned out on the blacksmithing thing right now. That was not fun. Thinking maybe when I get to other expansions, there'll be easier recipes, easier ways to skill up. I don't know. Hopefully, because that was brutal. Otherwise, I guess it's just spend a ton of money, a ton of plat off using like all vendor stuff, and not worry about it. Ornate chain mail. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video. That was a long one. We did brewing, baking, did some alchemy, and some blacksmithing. Got a couple titles, apprentice chef. I'm going to rock that one for a while until I find something else. Yeah, in the next video, we'll definitely go back killing stuff. Probably done doing the Tradeskills videos for a bit until I get the itch again. But thank you for watching, guys. As always, I appreciate it. And until next time, take care.